Good morning. Monday morning. And got back from my fishing adventure. Had a pretty good time. Didn't catch no fish, but boo-hoo whale. Robbie didn't get a fish through the ice. That's okay. Just enjoyed getting out. Finally get out in nature a bit and visited my cousins and got to have some laughs and some fun. And it was really nice. That ice was so thick though. Holy crap, man. They were drilling holes and it felt like they were drilling to China or something. But that's because of the -40 temperatures we had in the last little while. So that ice got some thick. Maybe that's why we didn't catch anything. Because it's just so hard to drill holes and get all the way down there. Where the hell are the fish? They must be in the mud. But anyway, it's Monday and I'm back. I watched a couple really awesome, powerful videos this morning because I had to catch up a bit on Mike Knotts. And he did one on Sunday. He read that article by Joseph E. Kirk. Now, Zach Land had posted it on Facebook. And I thought Mike had just brought it out. So powerful. And I loved it. Every moment of it. You know, I like that when people actually read verbatim, but it comes out, the spirit comes out, and it's just like, that's how I love that. And that's why I do what I do on my shows. I read. So it just brings it right out of the page. And then I watched Seth. Seth admonished. Seth was bold. Seth stood in Christ when he exposed and rebuked and admonished, because it's so important for us to build each other up. You know, I don't have to even mention anything in that sense, where we are supposed to study to show ourselves approved before we even herald anything. You know, understand what you're reading and understand truth and study it out before you actually present it in an open forum. And that's very important. I wouldn't have my channel. I got over 907 videos, and maybe I speak out my ass too sometimes, but I focus as far as the word is concerned. Never mind what I ramble on about. I'm talking about the word and how you bring it out. You need to study to show yourself approved as far as a workman and doing service in the Lord is concerned. And that's very, very important. I mean, you may get 1 million views if you're talking out your ass, because that's the way the world is. They talk out their ass. But we are to herald the truth, stand in it, opportunely, inopportunely, expose, rebuke. These are wonderful qualities, and I thank God for Seth, and I thank God for his boldness. It's awesome. And today, I am going to bring you 1 Thessalonians. Yeah, because I read the introduction to both of these, the Promise Epistles and 1 Thessalonians, and showed you the framework. So now we're getting into Paul's Thanksgiving. All right. This is the pattern pastoral epistle. Wow. Okay, so this is a pastoral epistle, 1 Thessalonians. Paul's deep concern leads him to constant prayer for them, the Thessalonians, for he knows their need and has been torn from them before it was possible for him to teach them much. It is most significant to find in the opening strain of this, Paul's earliest epistle, that abiding Trinity, faith, expectation, and love, these three. I don't like that word Trinity, but used in this context, faith, expectation, and love, it's awesome. Which have continued the leading characteristics of his ministry, and which alone remain throughout this economy. 1 Corinthians 13:13. Expectation is expounded in these promise epistles. Faith is fully set forth in the preparatory epistles, especially Romans. And that's why I always say, if you're going to be a student of the scriptures, go through Romans. Study it out thoroughly. Understand who you are in Christ. Understand that sin is done away with. Christ already paid for sin. It's done. It's complete. It's full. Who gives a crap about sin? Well, we don't. Why? Because it was put to death on that stake with Christ. All of it. He became sin to do away with sin. And that's the end of the story on that one. All right. So yeah, faith is fully set forth in the preparatory epistles, especially Romans. Love overflows in the perfection epistles. So love stands forth in the perfection epistles. When all the gifts, quote-unquote gifts vanish. These remain. Those three: faith, expectation, and love. Those are the three remaining deals that we have. Amazing, amazing right there. Faith, expectation, and especially love. All right. Love alone can give value to our toil. Expectation, not the indefinite, uncertain desire which quote-unquote hope suggests, but an assured and confident prospect of their Lord's return, gave these young believers their endurance in the midst of persecution. Paul might well question the reality of the work done in Thessalonica. In a few weeks' time, a great multitude heard and believed. There was danger that the enthusiasm of the moment had carried many into their company who were never the subjects of God's grace. But as Paul reflects upon the vision which sent him there, Acts chapter 16, verse 9, and the mighty power of the preaching and their subsequent service and sufferings, he is convinced that God has chosen them. At this very time, God assures them that he had many people in Corinth, Acts chapter 18, verse 10. What fervor, what zeal was shown by this ecclesia. Only a few months before, they bowed down to idols. Now, in the face of a furious persecution, they fearlessly proclaim Christ. And that's what we need to do. Fearlessly proclaim Christ. Stand up. Opportunity and opportunity. They have no thought of confining themselves to their own city or even their own province. This was indeed a model even at that time. And how much more so now? Every member was a missionary. Their conduct forced the very enemies of Paul to bear testimony to the reality of his work amongst them. Acts chapter 17, verse 6. Waiting has no English equivalent. It is used in the papyri of those who were required to settle their debts without waiting the full term. The secret of Paul's Thessalonian evangelism is twofold. He did not seek to turn them from their idols. That was incidental. He turned them to God. God and his grace provide the impelling power. In doing this, they must need turn their back on the idols they had worshipped. But more than this, he put before them a vital expectation, imminent expectation. It was not a dead Christ he proclaimed to them, nor did he stop with the resurrection. He engaged their hearts with the ascended Son of God, whom they might expect to leave his place in heaven in order to receive them to himself. Okay, that's the snatching away right there. Amazing stuff. The ascended Son of God. He's already at God's right hand, already vivified. And we are the next in line to be vivified, changed from mortal to immortal. So our expectation is not mortified. And we are to stand in Christ and herald the truth. I read, yes I do, but for that is God giving out the word, through his word, not me. I am just a messenger. The message is important. And that's what we need to focus on, is the message, the truth from the scriptures. There's no controversy in that, and there's no backbiting, and there's no, a swimming pool like the world has. We are members of one another. To build each other up is so important. I love you all. Have a beautiful Monday, and we will see you tomorrow.